millions of viewers on VLTV. How do you plan, in addition to your website, how do you plan to really saturate, get the word out, publicize, etc.?
Well, for example, I'm hoping tomorrow my article in the Wall Street Journal will run. If not tomorrow, in the next couple of days. So probably by the time this airs, I will have an article in the Wall Street Journal talking about what this administration has done to Medicare. As you may know, I have written for many, many years in a whole variety of different capacities. So we will be able to reach the public in the same way I've always done, writing through TV like this. And we hope, and we're pretty confident, that the Alliance will sell itself. Once people understand what we're offering, once they see the benefits they can receive, it will sell itself. So the challenge, the business challenge, is a marketing challenge. We will go out in email. We will have a great website, again, www.wethealliance.com. We will be on TV. We will be on radio. I'm going to probably go back out on the road and just take the word to America that there's now a true alternative to AARP, not only so that seniors and baby boomers can get the products they need, but we're trying to create a real community whereby if they try to pull another Obamacare on us, we'll be prepared this time, because we will have millions of people building up from the local level who will be able to stand up and say no.
Where will your organization be headquartered?
We're headquartered right now in Warrenton, just up the road. We probably will have offices in D.C. And eventually, and I say eventually, I hope that means within 12 months, we will have local chapters. We intend to build this from the bottom up. We will have local chapters. As you can imagine, building 50 different local chapters is going to be challenging. But once we get going, I think it's the kind of thing that will spontaneously ignite. So eventually, hopefully within 12 months or so, we will have local chapters everywhere in the country.
Wonderful. And again, if you could remind our viewers, Dr. Hunter, the website address for the Alliance.
www.wethealliance, like we the people, wethealliance.com. It launches September 15th. You can go online, and we also will have 800 numbers, but we're not putting them out yet because we do have telephones to deal with.
Now, will you turn your title into an acronym?
I will not. We the Alliance.
Okay.
The Alliance. It's a great,
I love it.
Great term. Yeah. Well, Dr. Hunter, anything else on the political horizon that we should be keeping our eyes on? Something that's going to be as impactful as Obama?
I could talk all night on the political horizon. One of the things I will talk about in my Wall Street Journal article is what this administration is doing to Medicare. They really are slashing Medicare. And frankly, now they're going after Social Security. We'll keep your eyes on the Presidential Debt Commission. They're already talking about increasing the retirement age and perhaps cutting back COLAs. One of the things the Alliance will do is we will steadfastly support the retirement safety net, because people have worked their whole lives to receive Social Security and Medicare. We will do everything possible to prevent those programs from being cut for current and near-term retirees. That doesn't mean that the programs don't need to be reformed. They do need to be reformed, and we will support that. But in this environment, what this administration is doing is really unconscionable, because they have cut Medicare to the bone. They will continue to cut it through rationing and price controls. We've talked about this many times. Those plans are on the table. And now they were going to go after Social Security through this so-called debt commission.
And Medicaid is being cut also.
Well, Medicaid also, but you know, interestingly, Medicaid is the vehicle by which they're going to try to implement the new national health system. My fear is that the part of Medicaid that's devoted to older people, long-term care, is going to get cut in order to invite in the millions and millions of younger people that are now going to become Medicaid eligible. So there's another, I'm glad you brought that up, there's another angle by which they are cutting the retirement safety net.
Maybe you can answer a question for me. I've often wondered. Social Security has been a hot button for 40 years. Every election, the politicians are saying, we've got to fix it, it's going to go broke, we've got to fix it. More people are retiring than are in the workforce, but yet they never fix it. They'll have a bill like the 4,000-page health bill that'll have 2,000 earmarks in it, but not a penny for Social Security. Do they just not want to fix it, to keep it as a political hot potato?
I wouldn't ascribe those motivations to them. They have a very difficult problem in that it's a Ponzi scheme. It's a Bernie Madoff kind of scheme that depends on people coming in and paying money and that money immediately going out, and then the people who paid the money to pay the benefits have to depend on future generations. And the problem has been that the demographics have turned drastically against the program because there are fewer and fewer workers. That's not an excuse for not reforming it. I think they now mostly recognize that unless they're going to slash benefits or raise taxes in an inordinate amount or try to make people work well into their senior years, they really only have one alternative, and that alternative is to put in place a new system for younger workers that allow younger workers to take at least part of the taxes they're paying now and put them in true savings and investment accounts, personal accounts that can be invested to help pre-fund their retirement.
Which George Bush tried to.
He did, but I must say that it was not handled very well, and he gave the opponents an opportunity to say he was trying to cut Social Security. This has to be handled very carefully, and frankly, my Republican friends are not very good at the way they deal with this. And one of the things we want to do is we want to, in effect, provide a spine for Republican politicians to say to them, don't even think about cutting Social Security or Medicare. Okay? This is a social compact. Now, the court says that it's not a legal contract, and many Republican politicians like to use that because what many politicians do, and we're seeing Democrats as well now, they like to sort of, let's push the retirement age back a little bit, or let's chisel on the COLAs a little bit. Okay? What we are saying is no, that people, not only current retirees, but baby boomers themselves, have worked their whole lives, and this is a compact. They paid the taxes, and they're expecting the benefits. And what we should do is make good on that promise. But then say, all right, we're going to cut whatever other government is necessary. Believe me, there is more than enough government spending that could be redirected to make good on that promise for older Americans and baby boomers.
My point exactly. No more bridges to nowhere.
But then you have to stop the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme for younger workers. And frankly, the resistance is ideological because the liberal AARP faction can't tolerate the idea that people might be able to provide for their own retirement through free market investment, because they much prefer, of course, to have people dependent on government. That's their philosophy. And so that's going to be the big difference between the Alliance and AARP. We believe in the market. We believe the market is a force. Not only does the market make people better off, it makes people better because it allows them to remain independent, self-reliant, and it helps the country. And if we don't break this cycle of dependency that is getting not only lower and lower in terms of the age ladder, but older and older, we're going to end up with a system in which everybody works for the government, everybody's dependent upon the government, and none dare call it socialism. I don't know what tag we will put on it. But that's the direction we're heading unless we break this cycle of dependency, and we have to start with Social Security.
Dr. Hunter, thank you so much for joining us. A big date, September 15th, launch date for the Alliance for Retirement Prosperity, otherwise known as the Alliance.
The Alliance.
Yes.
Thank you.
Short and sweet. Congratulations and best of luck as President and CEO of the Alliance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll look for you on the mall, and also look for the website, the Alliance. I like that.
The Alliance, yes.
WeTheAlliance.com.
Absolutely.
Well, John, guess what time it is?
It would be time for you to take over the rest of the show.
It's payoff time. Sushi and sake What more could a girl ask for? Well, we won't go there. We're going to break for a brief commercial.